Maria Sharapova women's draw opens up for Maria Sharapova after Johanna Konta exit returning. Sharapova beats 14th seed Anastasia Sevastova. Konta's Grand Slam struggles continue against Bernarda Pera. Maria Sharapova celebrates after her victory against Anastasia Sevastova in Melbourne. Photograph. Lucas Coach, AAP. Day by day, the rankings on the women's tour are being shredded to the point of irrelevance, and when Jo Konta joined Sloane Stephens, Venus Williams, Coco Vandeweghe, Petra Kvitova and Garbi Muguruza among a slew of seeded players to lose here over the first 4 days, one outsider stood taller than them all. Maria Sharapova, the Russian champion here a decade ago and back in Melbourne 2 years after failing a drugs test but still faded to the point of idolatry, is playing way above her WTA status of 49. So it was no great shock that she took down the 14th seed Anastasia Sevastova in a grinding 2-setter on Thursday. Johanna Konta down and out in Melbourne after defeat to Bernarda Pera. Read more. On Saturday, the 30-year-old blonde black sheep of tennis plays the 2016 champion Angelique Kerber, who demolished Donna Vekic in 2 sets. If Sharapova were to beat Kerber, her path to the final week would grow tougher, but not beyond her skills and determination. "I did my job against someone who's troubled me in the past," she said. "I think I deserved a smile out there after that victory. Others did not have that luxury." Konta tried hard to sound upbeat after the 23-year-old American Bernarda Pera, a lucky loser who has risen nearly 200 ranking places in 12 months to 123, beat her 6-4, 7-5 on showcourt number 2, nearly doubling her career prize money in an hour and 40 minutes. But the setback was more worrying than the 9th seed allowed herself to imagine. "She played very inspired throughout," Konta observed correctly of Pera, "and I didn't do enough at the beginning when I had little windows to put my stamp on the match. I did okay and I stayed quite strong, but I didn't do enough with my service games or my returns. I'm still taking good stuff from this. I don't feel, by any means, it's a massive catastrophe. Maybe it is more than a minor dip, though. She has much to ponder on her way to the Federation Cup." Then Doha. Konta struggled with the windy conditions, especially at the end when she botched a second smash. Last year Konta went out in the first round of the French Open to the Taiwanese doubles specialist Su Wei-Shih, ranked 103 in singles. Although Konta beat her handily at the start of Wimbledon a few weeks later, then the world number 78 Alexandra Krejcik prevailed against her in 3 tight sets in the first round of the US Open. At the tournament, where she broke through 2 years ago at the highest level, reaching the semi-finals before losing to the eventual champion, Angelique Kerber, Konta cracked this time under the beating Melbourne Sun. She is right, though, in her analysis of the state of the women's game because she has first-hand experience of the rapidly shrinking gap between top and mid-range players. "Players rarely play the reputation anymore," she said. "I don't think there have been enough players in the past who understand that now it's anyone's game on any day. The rankings reflect a player's consistency and how well they are able to come in, week out, and play at that level. But it doesn't guarantee that level every single day. There are a lot of things at play. Players come out to play inspired, as they should. I think I did the same. I still do the same. There is always a psychology and a kind of feeling to every match that you play. And that kind of differs with the circumstances." Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Johanna Konta in action on her way to defeat. Photograph. Johnny Weeks for The Guardian. The circumstances for Konta since her encouraging rise to the top 10 have not always been what she would wish for, but she is more philosophical than most. In a world where a nobody can become a somebody in under 2 hours, where any one of 6 players here could finish the tournament as world number 1, that is a healthy worldview to hold. Djokovic raises Australian Open health fears after beating Monfils in 39C heat. Read more. Konta said the extra attention she gets is not a burden. A significant advance from the days when she was stuck on the outer edges of the rankings and struggling with self-belief. Even though she knew the talent was there untapped. To be honest, I felt very comfortable being here, she said. In terms of off-court commitments and talking to you lot and all that, I don't take it too hard. I don't feel like it necessarily affects me in how I go about my matches and my training. I'm definitely looking forward to Fed Cup in Estonia from 7 to the 9th of February. I didn't play very much in the last 6 months of last year. So I think I'm where I'm meant to be right now. I feel it is getting better with each match. I'm figuring things out and enjoying doing it. On the issue of the day, the draining heat, which hit 39C, she rejected the notion that the roof be closed on the main courts. That's quite nice for the people who are under the roof, not so nice with people who are not.